PGS Guru, and I'm here with my Riven commentary video. And before I really get too far into this, I want a quick disclaimer. I am terrible with attack damage characters, or characters that are, you know, the ones that just go after and go for it. I'm just not good with those characters right now. I'm used to playing a tank support role, so excuse me if I make a lot of noob mistakes, which I will, and you'll see that. I'm going to try to give you a good idea of Riven and my personal opinions on her. What I think is good about her, what I think is bad about her, what I think needs to be changed, what needs to stay the same, things like that. So as we're loading up here, we're in the Skype call right now. We're looking at this other team, and immediately we see Singed. And Singed right now, as everyone knows, is really, really powerful. He is probably without a doubt the best tank in the game, next to Garen or anyone like that. So when we see Singed, we get a little worried. And then we have a Karma, which is kind of an unusual choice. Jax, I love seeing Jax, and then Sivir. And then our team is made up of Alistar, Vayne, Akali, me as Riven, and then we have a Katarina. So me and Katarina are going to end up laning top up here. Akali and Alistar will go bottom, and our Vayne's going to mid. So first item I went with Vayne was a Doran's Blade, because pretty much it has good bonus to health, which she has almost none of. Good plus 10 damage and plus 3 lifesteal. Now, I'm trying to find a really good build order with him, which I'm having some trouble doing. But I'm sure there is a very effective build that works.
A broken blade,
but I'm just not that good with this type of character, like I said before. So me and Katarina are up here. And neither of us depend on any sort of energy resource. We're both cooldown based, which I think is pretty
30
cool.
seconds until minions spawn.
During the game, I kind of thought that might be an advantage, but it doesn't really give us any real advantage at all. So, this game, fixing to start off here. Minions just spawned. Everyone's in position. You can see they have Sivir and Pantheon down bottom against our Alistar Akali. And that would be the real CDCS, the real Codecasts, which is Cody Castleman, Thanos, Dustin Sweeney, and then we have Jax up top. Sync Me is Joey Morris, and then on mid we have Twilight Blader, Zach Williams playing Vayne, and then you have me, the real Guru, playing Riven. So now that all that's done, and you know who everyone is, game's kind of starting. We're doing this little dance, seeing if he wants to jump in. He does, and can't really take advantage of it right there, because I'm a very nervous attack damage character. I'm not very aggressive, and that's part of my problem, is I don't know when to get aggressive, and I make a lot of mistakes. Let's run up here, check this bush, and Karma's there, which as I suspected. Karma, not a character I have a lot of experience against, but very annoying to deal with. So right here, I'm just trying to concentrate on last hitting. That Jax misclicked and hit a minion for that stun. Karma's doing something. I wish I knew what these abilities do with Karma. I will be able to say nothing about her, because I've never played her or anything like that. So right now, here is the problem with Riven, and this is a good illustration. Every character needs gold, and Riven needs a lot of farm. Now, in the champion spotlight that Freak so magically put together, he goes on to say in like the first sentence that Riven is good at poking and good early game. This is not true at all. It is maybe if you get a certain type of character, but any other situation is really bad. See right there, I just ate so much damage and got stunned, and I'm below 50% already. Me and Kat are both very, very low, and this is not just due to Riven's bad early game. This is just not being so defensive, but I find myself, I let the opponents get a lot of creep, and a lot of creep farm, and sometimes it's just a little too much. So, but I see their Karma's low, so I'm trying to hope that she'll get a little greedy, hoping maybe the Jax will get greedy and jump in for a stun into turret range, and I can exhaust him. you know, hoping for anything really, because our backs are against the wall here. Which happens to me a lot when I play these types of characters, and it's a problem, and it's a personal problem. I just put a little bit of damage on Vayne, and we actually pick up the kill right there, and that was merely because of Katarina just does a ridiculous amount of damage. Jax, though, is still pretty buffed up. He's got he's got a good amount of health and good amount of mana on him. And me and Kat would probably get raffle stomped in this fight without a couple turret shots aiding us. So we're kind of doing the dance. We kind of play it safe. We don't know where he is. You know, he's probably in the bush, and he reappears bottom. So yeah, we just didn't know. We're all level 3. It's a very back and forth game. I don't remember actually a whole lot about this game, so I'm gonna have to commentate on the fly. So forgive me if I get surprised by something that I don't remember. So right here, just going up to check the bush to make sure. Maybe he'll run up and forget I'm there and not see me. I'm just trying to last hit minions, and before anyone says it,
An enemy has been
I know
slain.
that I am terrible at last hitting. There's Karma. She's going to come in and try to get a kill, but luckily our Katarina gets away with, I believe it was, yeah, 8 HP. And by the time I clicked her, I think I make a comment about it in the chat. How low she was, which it was pretty ridiculous. I thought she was gonna die. Yeah, 11 HP. Ignite is stupid. Anyway, so I'm back up here solo, and I'm just trying to stay close to the creeps, because now I know that with 2 people in the lane on their side, and just me here, I have a chance to get some really good experience. But I want to stay far enough away from the bushes and away from Karma that I don't get stunned and killed. Because this early in the game, we're up 2 kills, I have an assist, I haven't died yet, and we're ahead right now. We've got the gold advantage and pretty much every other advantage as well. And me being in solo lane, I'm just getting more and more experience and starting to get higher level. So I get a little close right there, normally a little too close for comfort. In Skype, I mentioned a couple times, I really don't know Jax's stun range. So, but I start to figure it out a little bit during this back and forth. But yeah, right there, like he looked like he was mad far to me. I throw my Q and then my W immediately just for that little stun.
An enemy has been slain.
To hope maybe it helps out just even the tiniest bit. And our bottom's doing a really good job right there against this Pantheon and whoever else is down there combo. And up top, we're struggling a little bit, but you know we haven't died yet. We're both up here. We're clean. Well, I'm not healthy, but Katarina's pretty healthy, and their Jax is pretty low, but their Karma's full health. So it's a very interesting scenario. With Karma's not really that dangerous of a character as far as attack damage. Our Vayne comes up here. We go for a gank, and I am way far behind. I see that. I pop my ghost. Karma's hitting him, and then Katarina jumps in and gets the kill. And I get greedy right here. I don't realize that I'm so close to the turret. She flashes and kills me.
You have been slain.
I ran forward just a little too far, got shot by the turrets, and yeah, I die. So, but it happens. Like I said, I don't make the best decisions in the world
An enemy
playing
has
attack
been
damage
slain.
characters. It's just well, I just have trouble sometimes. But you see here down bottom, that Pantheon is pretty much just feeding our Akali up and getting her nice and prime. You see down here, she's already got her Amp Tome at level 6, and they have Singed mid, which I don't really understand that choice. But I don't really know who else they would have sent mid. Maybe their whoever their other bottom was, like Sivir, probably would have been a better mid, but you know, what can you do? I think they made a bad call right there, even though, you know, I talk so much stuff about how Singed is fantastic, which he is. So I'm here, and I'm going to try to sneak all the way around behind here, because I saw how low the Karma was. And Jax knows I'm here, because the creeps come up. I just want to dive in. I'm just going for Karma. I don't care about Jax, so I exhaust her. I do Broken Wings and I get the kill.
You have slain an enemy.
Karma picks up the kill on Katarina there, and I'm not really sure what happened. I guess he was just a little lower than he thought that he was, and yeah, I just ended up getting killed. And right here, yet another bad situation. I am way below health. Gosh, I'm probably about 30% here, and Jax is full on everything. Trying to get him to make some sort of mistake, and I can't go back in this situation because Jack will get free XP and free gold and damage on our turret. So I really have to kind of stay here and do my best to defend and maybe make a mistake. But I just hit level 6, I got my ult, and Katarina's back. So I feel a little bit more comfortable with the situation, and I actually take this opportunity to go back and get some items. Now, if you'll notice, I got my Dorn's Blade, I went ahead and bought some boots, and I went with Longsword. The first item I try to get with Riven is a Brutalizer. And I go in the shop, grab right under the sword, and start on my Brutalizer. And I go from Brutalizer to build, what is it?
An enemy has been slain.
That's the first item I try to go. And as you see, our Akali is just down there getting completely fed. At this point in the game, I'm 1 kill, 1 death, 1 assist, so not too bad, but I definitely don't like deaths between the level 1 and level at least 10 range. I would like to stay alive till at least level 10, and then start getting in team fights, and a death is a death, you know, you make a mistake, but
Your team has
our bottom
destroyed
pushes
a turret.
down, gets that first turret, and we're at a severe advantage here, up 8 kills.
An enemy has been slain.
And we have a turret, and our Akali is just absolutely just nom, just free experience, free gold. I felt like the Jax made a little bit of a bad decision jumping in on me right there, but I made an even worse decision jumping back on him. I throw my Wind Blade right there, and that's something I really want to talk about with Riven that I feel like is wrong with her. And our Katarina makes kind of the bad decision of going in here, but she picks up the kill and actually manages to get away from Karma, which was pretty good. I used her Riven's dash to get away. Now, like I was talking about her Riven's ult, her R, Blade of the Exile. Now, if I get a team fight, I'm pretty much going to pop this thing because it gives such a good damage. 15 seconds, 20% bonus attack damage, increased range, and all that fun stuff. Now, Wind Slash, the nuke that she shoots out in the cone is
An enemy has been
terrible.
slain.
It is absolutely awful. It takes way too long to cast. It's as simple as that. It's almost at a disadvantage for you to throw that at any point. And I think that her R really needs some attention. It's not near as good as it should be for what kind of spell it is. So up here, they're pushing middle and trying to put some damage on that turret. Their Singed is there. He ends up picking up our Akali, but our Akali is still just getting so much experience. She ends up pretty well carrying us through this game. So me and Katarina are going to counter push top, and hopefully, you know, we make a little bit of headway. Her W spell, her Key Burst, does a small AoE bit of damage, and the damage on Key Burst is actually, I feel like, very good. I feel like it's something that is actually very right with her. Now the stun is almost useless. It's about half a second. It doesn't get any better with level up. So yeah, here we get into a small team fight, and I've got Blade of the Exile up. Throw my Wind Slash, and I think I actually pick up Jax right here if I remember correctly. No, this is where, yeah. Yet again, I get greedy, I run in, and I should have just thrown the AoE and hoped for a kill. But instead, I ran in, got greedy. I was wanting to maybe get a double kill off that, but what are you going to do? You know, it takes practice to get good with these types of characters, especially when you play with one type of character all the time, and mine just happens to be a tank type character. See down bottom, Sivir is getting completely destroyed by the Akali and Alistar combo. Alistar getting some clutch headbutts in there to get him towards Akali. Vayne chasing away top just to give Cat and me a little bit more breathing room. And Singed is just doing his thing mid. Doesn't have anything real too important. Vayne jumps back mid to chase him off, and I take Katarina's place up top. So now, I'm actually very excited right here because there's a good creep wave here, and I can farm, get the solo XP. I use her Q to farm, and then I wait till the minions are pretty low around me to actually hit my W to try to get the last hits all at once. Kind of similar to Malphite's Ground Stomp. I'm not sure what key it is, but it's a very similar farming tool, except it gives you a stun. So right here, I'm pretty excited because I'm going to get to farm up, but I also want to be cautious because I'm not really sure where Karma and Jax are. I know they ran back, but I'm not sure if they're ready. So there's Jax. I was actually very thankful he kind of poked his head out. He just wanted to see where I was. I saw where he was. And mid gets pushed pretty hard, but our cat runs in for a gank right here to help out our Vayne, and so does Akali to pick up the kill.
An enemy has been slain.
Now, the reason we keep kind of bullying Singed is because we don't want him to have any more gold than we possibly can. Singed farmed up and fed is very, very annoying to deal with, and just not a fun experience. So, right here, I'm kind of doing this dance up top. I'm not really worried about mid, because obviously we have a pretty distinct advantage in this game. 15 and 4, and our Akali is pretty much wrecking face right now. So we're pushing up here. I'm pushing up bottom or top. They get mid, and Jax backs off a little bit. You know, maybe he's going to help mid. I don't know, but that's the biggest thing about League of Legends that I'd like to make everyone aware of. Be paranoid. Play this game as a paranoid just douchebag, because it will save you more times than you could possibly imagine. Just being paranoid about going into a certain bush, or being paranoid about a certain team fight, you know? You see certain amounts of characters there and you need to run, then you run. It will keep you alive. So here, I guess Jax ran back just to check and see if someone maybe coming up in the woods. Actually, it's Karma Jax back top. I don't like the situation at all, so I'm going to dash out and get a little bit of shield. Now, at this point in the game, I could die very easily at this combo, so I'm pinging up top because I really need some help. Because at this point, they could pretty well come on me on the turret and pick up a couple kills. I ping for my Vayne. She's coming up through the river, and we make an attempt on a gank here. I think we go for Karma first, and go in, grab Karma, put some good damage on her, exhaust. I see she's down into the turret, so I start focusing the Jax. I get hit by the turret way too much. Pantheon jumps in for whatever reason, and luckily tag him with my nuke, and no one dies. It is a lot of work for nothing, and I'm down to 150 HP, and kind of kicking myself because I know if I would have waited just a tiny bit longer to throw the wind slash, I might have actually picked up a kill. So, but it's whatever. They're going to continue pushing top, try to be as annoying as they can to this Karma. The Karma's actually getting a bit of decent farm, and yeah, so I've got my Brutalizer, and I am starting on my Ghost Blade. I've got my Brutalizer and my Average Blade, so next time I come back, I know I'm ready to buy Youmuu's. So, they're handling their business up top. Bottom is just keeps on trucking. Our Alistar doing a really good job of tanking here and supporting our Akali. And top is just kind of being bullies. And right there you see me say Riven loses health so fast. And that's kind of a like statement. I mean, she's not a tank. She isn't made to take damage. She is made to get in there and deal damage. My problem is, like I said, I'm not sure when to make certain decisions on when I need to jump in, play aggressive, play defensive. I see our cat there though, so I'm pushing up a little bit, trying to hopefully maybe bait someone into throwing an attack or overextending just a little bit for us to pick up a kill. Now this is a little bit less of an ideal situation because I actually don't have my exhaust, which is part of the reasons we've been doing so well in these fights. So we're kind of just doing the dance here, seeing what they're going to do. I'm trying to farm up. Jax jumps on me just to be a bully. I know it's not an actual attempt to kill me, so I'm not too worried about it. Cat makes her presence known, just to know they can't come up here. She pops out, and Karma kind of disappears for a minute. So we think that maybe she's trying to swing around on this bottom section of bush, but she ends up not being able to do that, and actually goes mid. So I'm actually going to follow the Katarina mid, and we're going to try to get in here and at least pick up this Karma. So our Vayne's doing her roll tuck thing, and Karma's going to go down to our Akali again, or actually our Katarina, and then we start picking on the Singe. I'm doing my Wind Blade, I'm doing my stun, I'm trying to do everything I can, and right here, none of us really realize how much we're running through Singed poisons. And I'm trying to dash away, and Singed almost takes all of us. He actually picks up our Katarina. And this is just another example of why Singed is the best tank in this game. You can't chase him. You can't hardly do anything. I mean, we barely escaped. And he should have died long, long ago. So I'm going back here. I finished my Youmu's, and the next item I think I start on this one, I think I go for a Wriggles, because her having such low health basically means I do need a little bit of lifesteal. So start off. Actually, I bought a sword. Oh, that's right. I think I go Phage. Yeah. I think I'm going Phage, and then Frozen Mallet was my ideal bid for this one, to hopefully add a little bit more support to my attacks to get some bonus slows. So I'm just dashing just because, you know. Also, another problem I have, her E dash is almost useless except for the shield. The dash does not do hardly any amount of distance. It's just another thing that they need to look at. I don't really like right there. It was maybe an inch, you know, on the screen. It was I don't know, it's kind of frustrating during these abilities. Sometimes it feels like a dash is farther than other times. It's just an ability that really needs to get looked at. Here, Jax makes kind of a weird decision. I don't know why he's hitting our minions and not trying to defend his tower. So, I see that he's going to sit there and take it. I try to jump on him, so let our Katarina just get a little bit quicker. And I think I actually die to the turret again here, if I'm not mistaken, or I start taking some heavy turret damage. No? I pop Ghost. I'm running around here to make sure there's no one else coming through. And me, Cat, and Vayne are going to come through here. Vayne's going to do a little bit of farm. And me and Katarina are pretty, actually, a good combo together. So we're going to run up mid, clear out these creeps, and see if we can make a little bit of a push happen mid. And I'm using my Q right there to farm up a little bit. And Q and W combination. I see they pinged River, so I'm dashing in, seeing who's going to actually end up being down here. And Sivir, Sivir and Singed, I see where they're going to go, so I try to cut them off through the river. Not really sure if I catch anyone here. No, I see that Singed is pretty far, so I just switch straight on to Jax. I know I'm not going to kill him, so I'm just going to throw some damage on him. I popped my ult really early, which was a huge decision. I should have waited and for the actual team fight. So all 5 of us are bottom. And we know for sure that at least 3 of them are bot. So right here, this is a pretty good situation. We've got a really tanked up Alistar with his Warmogs already and some boots. Our Akali's really geared up with her Ginsus. Vayne's doing good, and really everyone's doing all right so far. I've only got 2 deaths. I'm still negative though, which I never like being negative with this type of champion. Pantheon probably does a terrible ult, level 6. And we're gonna fight him right here in front of the turret. Why? Because we can. We have the advantage. Alistar goes in, hits him up. I start focusing on Jax. Jax goes down. We see Sivir's putting some damage, and not sure why I started chasing after Singed. And that's what happens. Is I died of poison. And look actually how low our entire team is simply because of Singed poison. This isn't a fight that really anyone else in the team did a whole lot. Singed saved the whole team. And actually they picked up an ace right here, because Singed is going to run up. He's going to flip him backwards into the Karma, put damage, and they pick up the ace. That entire ace was because of Singed. It was because he came in, got us all low enough with his poison, and we died. Granted, it was kind of our fault. We shouldn't have focused Singed, but you know, it happens when someone starts dying a lot to your team. In this case, it was Singed. We figured, hey, why would it be a problem? We can kill him. Me and Cat go down here to try to save this bottom tower, and actually, surprisingly, they back off. They could have totally sat there and fought. Me, Vayne, and Cat is a pretty potent combo, but not against their full team. So don't really understand their decision-making there. We see that we're going to try to ping the jungle, see if we can catch any of them, maybe trying to get our blue or just try to escape through the jungle. We don't see anyone. And they start hitting that to, I don't know who they're trying to pick up the blue for. I think maybe Alistar comes in and gets it. No, it's Katarina. She gets the blue buff. I'm not going to make a comment on that. But anyway, They go down there. They decide they're going to do dragon, get us some gold. Me and Vayne are going to go mid, clear out these creeps because there's a big wave of them coming in. And our mid tower is pretty healthy, actually, for 23 minutes into the game. Actually, all of our towers are pretty healthy, except for our bottom, which got taken. And I'm going to run down here to try to regroup up with them, because I know that a team fight, I can actually do some help. I can pick out a squishy target, like the Sivir or the Jax, and I can go in and do some damage. If I get caught alone, I will die. So Alistar goes in and just does some work. And here's where I make a huge mistake. That whole fight was happening and I was in mid. I'm not sure why I was in mid, but I was. And it was 3v2. So Akali wants to chase down the Singe, doesn't want him to get any more gold, any more kills. So he goes down.
An enemy has been slain.
And our Alistar is probably the unsung hero of this game. He really is doing a good job in there, taking damage and doing his job. Obviously Akali is the carry. He does a ridiculous amount of damage and pretty much gets fed up and completely carries the team. And you see Alistar's in there, and him and Vayne are going to push that bottom mid tower. So I'm 1-4 right here. I'm kind of kicking myself. I buy a Riven, and hopefully that'll give me enough
An enemy
life
has
to
been
maybe stay
slain.
alive a little bit longer. Being a tank, I'm so used to being able to run into the team fight. I usually play Mokai, so I'm usually ready to run in, stun the first squishy person I see, throw down my Q, throw down my ult, and, try to just be disruptive. With Riven, you have to pick your target carefully. Right here, their Pantheon's a little overextended for being level 8 and not having really anything. So, our colleague jumps up, tries to bully him a little bit, and we're going to push this mid tower. Now, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes in these fights, I lose Riven. If I play Mokai, I know exactly where Mokai is. Sometimes I completely lose where Riven is. I don't know why, but I just do. So, dashing, trying to get a shield just in case maybe a team fight erupts. You'll have to excuse my computer. Sometimes it gets a little clunky. So we're running bottom. We're going to go push this bottom tower because we see the creeps are amassing down here. And they do a little bit of a dance. We decided to let Cat go ahead and handle that, and me and Vayne are going to go ahead and go back middle. Because we see the teams kind of coming up here, and the creeps are pushing middle. Now, middle is a little bit more of a priority than bottom, because we already have 2 towers on middle. Go here, and we don't really decide to fight right there. I wanted to hit the Jax, but I saw the team positioning of Vayne and Alistar, and it just wasn't a good call. We ping right here for our Akali to come mid to try to help us out a little bit. And, yeah, we'll see what happens from here. Akali comes in. And we target Jax. Jax goes in. Katarina's down bottom. And Alistar running in there like a champ. Which is what his job is. It's his job to run in there and do exactly what he's doing. He's supporting, he's tanking, he's doing everything. So right here, we wait a long time to actually start this team fight. Alistar headbutts Singed away just to kind of help us out. And I've still got decent health. And Akali comes in like a fury. We end up picking up Singed because he gets way overextended right into the Katarina and Akali. And now we're going to push. Because I remember saying strictly in Skype, okay, Singed is dead, now we can kill the whole team. And that's all it really was. After Singed dies in this particular game, the rest of the team fights are so incredibly easy. Because they lost the only character that was actually being effective at all. So we see Pantheon with level 8 trying to push up there, and it's GG. They surrender. We take the game pretty convincingly, and that was the game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my feelings on Riven, and enjoyed this commentary. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Victory!